We listened to Tina Turner, Proud Mary, was in my bedroom that I was sharing with my first sister. But my second sister, she was already more than 18, and she came with some records. And the one I do remember is that song because the voice is a beautiful voice, but also I was taken by the animality of that voice and the modulation of that voice.
Hey, we're in, Diddy. Well, Grippy, yes, I am sitting in the truck, broken my sort of normal slave wage routine because of the covert virus. Bins are a lot empty, but because it's the end of the week, I'm going to empty them all for Merv. But I'm having a tea break or coffee break, and I'm at my old school. Yes, this is where it all started, the brainwashing. Yes, my old school. And where they really broke me, I have to say, Grippy. Hey, that's very interesting, isn't it? Can I go to school and I want to be broken in and be a success, I do. You are a success, Grippy. Well, not really, I hang out with you. Thanks, Grippy. What do you think, Donald? Boys and girls, I think education. I went to a military academy where I learnt to march and I learnt to eat porridge with a smile on my face. Oh, excellent, Donald. Fantastic. Hey, good to see you. Not the cat. No, I love cats. Don't get me wrong. But good to see you, Boris. In this hour, I stand on the social. This is the Social Democrat Party as a person who is leading the country. What's this place here then, Buzzer? Well, Boris, this is where I went to school. That used to be a grammar school, didn't it? Excellent. No, it actually turned to a comprehensive school. It all went a bit downhill for me after then. Excellent, Boris Johnson. Anyhow, yeah, my life. This is my father, John Nat Fisher. He moved to Pembrokeshire. A big book about himself. Actually, we inherited about 50,000 of these books. To be fair, they didn't tax us. They said it was a vanity project. Anyway, he is a successful painter and he did quite well. And inherited a fortune, actually quite a lot of money from my grandfather and my other rather a lot of relatives as well, who were rather well-heeled. Somewhere I missed out on all that. But as a certain person said, well, you shouldn't expect an inheritance. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, I went to school here. St. David's School in St. David's. Funny, I didn't think 45 years since I've left. I'm 58 now, God knows. I left when I was 6 now and got kicked out. I actually started enjoying it when I was 16 because in that little bit of it there, I used to sit on the heater. That was it. They'd sort of forgotten about us. By 15, 16, they hadn't bothered to humiliate me. They humiliated me for the first 3 years. Then they thought, well, we've done enough humiliation now. We've said they're factory fodder. We've said you're all stupid. There were only about 3 in my class, I have to say. The others didn't turn up to school much. I'm not surprising, really. I was sort of forced to go, and I sort of did enjoy it. Well, it was warm, and you had a decent meal if you just missed all the humiliation. There wasn't really any bullying there, because it was so small. You can see. They put up, actually, it looks like a low-security prison now. Before we could wander in and out, especially when you got to about 15 years old. They didn't really care. We used to, on nice weather, there's a big field over there, we used to just walk off to the beaches. And we used to pick potatoes during the potato season. Actually, I earned more money then than I earn now. That was around about 15, 16. Yeah, very odd. But I suppose with Big Buzz and why I really sort of question the whole sort of system is why was it that we didn't lock down? Why isn't it we never seem to learn any lessons about 1918 flu epidemic? Why is it that now we've got a company that's going to have a vaccine, which is perhaps a good idea, but they're going to make billions out of a lot of suffering? Surely this is wrong. And the fact that the people we put in charge of us, like Boris Johnson, who I worked on TV later on actually, or once, I have to say. I make a big thing of it, but only once. And it was odd. And I got the idea of the establishment and how we have hewn people, or brainwashed them, I call it, at school, to actually sort of just carry on with what we've always done. So the past is always reiterated. And at the same time, we don't seem to learn from that. And what is odd is we've got this golden opportunity. And I thought when I was at school, we wouldn't be driving around in these old heaps of shit. I wouldn't be driving this. I just couldn't, I still can't believe why we're still burning fossil fuel. And yet we are. Why are we using obsolete technology? It's invested interests. Why are the medical global companies going to make billions out of this? Because they're global and they're not accountable to anybody. Why is it that I am so weak and pathetic? I was at school and I was taught to be weak and pathetic. After 3 years of being actually hit as well, got the cane in that room. In those days they had not capital punishment, but corporal punishment. Big G. He was big. And he didn't have to whack me. God, on the arse. God, it really made you not want to sit down for a few hours after he'd... I just thought, even then I thought it was weird. Why are you hitting young boys on the arse really hard, man? I didn't actually say that, but I might have said that, and then he might have hit me again, so not sure. However, things have improved now, haven't they? The schools have all closed down for a start during this virus, during this pause, should we say, of reflection. Maybe a reflection of all us thinking, God, the planet's having a bit of a rest from our capitalistic, crazy consumption of using a lot of old shit. Simply because our economy depends on it and the global corporations love it. And they're not accountable to anybody. And yet they love this. They love putting people in their places. They love dividing and ruling, saying, I'm stupid. The person here was actually, quite a few people came from here, and they became captains of industry, believe it or not, Donald. Like you, a position of power and authority. And even a captain of our ship, because in a way, our globe is run by, let's say, each country as a ship. But a ship of fools. We need desperately to have a whole sort of, well, awakening. And yeah, I think part of me being a bin man and the weakest person, I have no say in anything at all. And even down to when I said, look, shouldn't we be shutting car parks down at Newgale, because we're all obviously cross-contaminating everything, including all my bins. It just seemed crazy. Oh, we haven't had orders from the top yet. Boris, wake up. Donald, wake up. And all the other people who we voted in. Why have we voted them in? Because they're establishment. Why have we got the new Labour leader who is establishment? So we've got work to do, and that's why we need to set up a TV company. 24-hour broadcasting, having some fun, acting, and starting to get together to change the rules of our globe. So we tax the people, we have honesty, truth, and as for the drugs industry, yeah, it's the same as the oil industry, very connected, and the banking, very connected. We have to question that, because we can't just carry on behaving like fools on a planet that's clearly heading into the sixth mass extinction. And everything's done too late. Isn't it, Boris? I say, I'm still looking at this splendid Victorian building. This is the day when Britain ruled the waves, and we had gunships and battleships, and we knew how to do things. What, in 1918? Maybe not then, but now I'm better, I'm stronger, and I'm going to get a battleship. Well done, Boris. Anyway, love you all. Bye. Yeah, that was a very serious one. Yes, it is. That's YouTube. By the way, do join me on Facebook. I know this is just a fun thing. I actually had a comment on YouTube. Thank you, Tom. I can name you personally. I will never forget it. A remark from one viewer, one remark. Brilliant. And I know saving the world is unpopular. I know that, quite frankly, I'm at the bottom of this shit pile. I was then, I am now. I'm dyslexic. I can't read and write. So they based everything on reading and writing. If you can't read and write in school, and at that time, they just said, you're factory fodder. But Buzz, you're not even good at, you're not very good with your hands, are you, either? It's no wonder I was a little bit naughty there. Well, I wasn't naughty, actually. I was quite well behaved. But I did get hit by a big stick a few times. Anyway, love you all. Bye. That's a broadcast from my old school. I haven't really been back to it much. Hey, we did have chips there on a Wednesday. That was cool. I'd love you. That's really nice. Anyway, subscribe, tell your friends we've got an island. We're going to start a broadcasting company. Not for profit. And it's going to be people from all around the world. talking on these devices. So if you've got a brain or half a brain, he hasn't. He can't even read and write. Nor can I. Oh yeah, well that's hope. But we've got the technology, we've got the ideas. That's a bit ironic, isn't it? Love you. Bye.